The BlackRock ETF has been shattering records day after day after day after day. And yet again, we've seen it happen. The BlackRock ETF shattering more records. We're going to talk about it in this video as Bitcoin skyrocketed, shattered expectations today, went up there and touched $64,000. Been a whirlwind of a day, a wild day in the cryptocurrency market. We've had Coinbase outages, which we're still working out the kinks on that at the time of this recording. You might see this video later tonight. I'm pre-recording this, but that's been a whole thing. We had a live stream on that earlier. If you want to go check it out, go ahead. We got a video on that too, right before this one came out. But it's just been a wild day. But I do want to talk about some of the positives here because what we're seeing right now in terms of the money coming in from the institutional side is absolutely astonishing. And it is breaking every expectation that we've had for Bitcoin ETFs, especially in this time frame. Like we thought this money would come in, but just not this quickly. And we know that it's not all coming in at once, but nobody really knew where the demand was, right? Like we could speculate and say there's a lot of pent up demand out there. There's a lot of people waiting to get into Bitcoin, which we believed that, but we just didn't know how much, right? How much of the demand, how many people, how many institutions were really chomping at the bit in order to get into Bitcoin through a BlackRock ETF, through a Fidelity ETF. We didn't know. We could put out our expectations, but we didn't know until we had this thing live. But now we know the demand is real. The demand is only ramping up. And BlackRock Bitcoin ETF breaks volume record again as Bitcoin rallies to 64,000 before then plunging. And then, of course, we had the big Coinbase issue, which we're still dealing with all of that. So, yeah, it's been a whirlwind. It's been wild. Make sure you guys are locked in. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel because we're covering all of it, making sense of all of it for you, giving you guys all the info you need. But BlackRock's Bitcoin ETF has traded nearly $3 billion. Okay. This article just out 39 minutes ago from CoinDesk. Twice as much as its previous volume record, with other new Bitcoin ETFs also attracting heavy trading. So not only broke a record today, but shattered it. Twice as much as its previous volume record, $3 billion just today. These numbers are absolutely absurd. Absolutely absurd. Nobody, and I mean nobody, expected to see this. The frenzy in ETF trading right now saw Bitcoin surge to 64,000 during the day, then quickly fell off to 60. The amount of money coming in and out of Bitcoin right now is just insane. U.S. spot Bitcoin exchange traded funds experienced another massive trading session altogether. It wasn't just BlackRock, which, of course, BlackRock, third consecutive day, they broke the volume record. Insane. Nearly 87 million of IBIT shares, which is BlackRock's ETF, worth roughly $3 billion, change hands during the day as of 3:20 this afternoon, as of about an hour ago, with almost an hour left before the market closed. So who knows where we actually closed at. This is twice as much as Tuesday's all-time best of 1.35 billion, which toppled Monday's record of 1.3 billion. So we've just had 3 consecutive record-setting days for the BlackRock ETF. Eric Balkunis, ETF expert, had a few things to say. He said, this is officially a craze. He said, these numbers are absurd. The frenzy in market activity happened as Bitcoin blasted through 60K early this morning. It's the first time we've been up over 60,000 since when? November 2021. That was the peak bull market of this previous cycle. But this is very different than where we were then. Back then, the retail money was here. The demand was there. They're nowhere to be found right now. The normal average Jimmys and Joes, for whatever reason, they're not here. They don't care. Or maybe they just don't have the money because we've gone through some really tough years here due to inflation. I don't know what it is. Or maybe they have a sour taste in their mouth. I think it's a combination of a lot of these things. But it's different. It's weird. Because right now, this is all institutional demand driving the price of Bitcoin. Eventually, retail money will come in. The problem is they're going to come in much later. And everybody's bags are already packed, including the institutions. It's so crazy because in 2021, institutions and Larry Fink and everybody at BlackRock, everybody laughed at the crypto people. Look at those crypto bros. How stupid. How stupid are they? And look where we are. Look where we are 3 years later. It's the crypto bros who got in before BlackRock and Fidelity. It's the crypto bros who were in the market well before anybody else and during the time where everybody said that you're an idiot for being here. It's kind of nuts when you think about it, right? But here we are. The institutions are driving demand right now. Spot Bitcoin ETFs are peaking. And I just wonder how many people out there, especially in the traditional finance world, wrote Bitcoin off and still wrote Bitcoin off, even when Larry Fink and all these people flipped. If you were listening to this channel, that is when everything changed for me. That is when I started to dollar cost average into Bitcoin heavily every single day. The minute the largest asset manager in the world, which their mouthpiece is Larry Fink, as soon as he flipped on Bitcoin, game over. Game over. They don't get in the game to lose money ever. BlackRock owns virtually everything. That should have been the cry from the mountaintop to everybody out there who was somewhat listening that you better take this thing serious. And still, so many people, I know personally, so many people who refused to get in the market, who said, nope, it's just a fad. Nope, it's not going to last. Maybe because they couldn't legally say anything, or maybe just because everything they've been taught throughout school and their years in work experience has been thrown to the wayside. I don't know. Maybe it's a pride thing. I don't know. But you got to be willing to, I think in this world more than ever, learn, unlearn, and relearn. Anybody who's able to do that is going to be successful. A lot of these people like to learn one thing and that's what they live by. Those days are over. Technology's changing. The world's changing at a rapid pace. We've never seen anything like it. So you got to be able to change with it or else you're going to get left behind. And a lot of people here got left behind. Now, there's still time. There's still time. But when this dude right here, Larry Fink, says something next time, you might want to listen. Oh, by the way, that next time has already happened. He's talking about what? The tokenization of real world assets. You might want to start peeking and looking into the various assets that are dealing with the tokenization of real world assets, because that might be the next big opportunity to create wealth for you and your family. Appreciate you guys for checking out the video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. We'll see you in the next one.